Toxic relationships. Are you in one? Hello, welcome to Dumi's Daily Grind. My name is Dumi and I created this channel to share my life experiences, inspiration I have found from others, learnings I have earned, and things I have been taught throughout various periods of my life, especially the ones related to sobriety, finding serenity, and general mental health topics. Please subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content, and please support my channel by becoming a Patreon. The link is available below. In this episode, I am visiting a topic that I have heard being spoken about a lot. Toxic relationships. What are they? Why they are dangerous? And how to cope? Perhaps the conclusion here may be to get out of them completely. So let's dig in. Questions to ask. Do you feel unsupported? Do you feel demeaned? Do you feel misunderstood? Or do you feel constantly attacked? Does your relationship make you feel worse rather than better? You might be in a toxic relationship. Do you feel manipulated or are suffering from gaslighting? When your general well-being is being threatened, whether emotionally, physically, or psychologically, you may be in a toxic relationship. Now, a relationship is when two or more people are connected in some way. It includes a blood connection, such as family, a friendship connection, an intimate connection, such as the romantic or sexual type. A relationship also includes work-related connections, school, church, and fellowships of any kind, such as the spiritual types. A relationship is formed when there is some sort of communication, commitment, or intimacy. A healthy relationship has the following components: kindness, honesty, willingness to work through challenges, some sense of humor, sharing emotional support, love, sharing of goals and dreams, mutual desires to be in it, having the ability to take responsibility, and treating one another fairly and reasonably. These components help a relationship flourish and grow. Not every relationship is perfect. However, when you have more pros than cons within a specific relationship, we can say that it is somewhat healthy. Now, we meet all sorts of people where we live, where we work, where we study, and where we entertain ourselves. Some relationships we are just born into and grow up within it. These types are not necessarily chosen, but we have the choice to walk away from when we realize that some may be unhealthy. Getting to the point of this topic, let's answer the question: what is a toxic relationship? It is one that makes you feel insecure, unsupported, undermined, misunderstood, less than, weak, unworthy, and unimportant. Signs of toxic relationships would then be feeling that you are giving more than what you are receiving back. You feel depleted, exhausted, and devalued. You feel like you are constantly disrespected. You feel like what you need is not being met at times. Your confidence levels drop and you feel unable any longer to do what used to come naturally to you. The other person brings out the worst in you and you feel you have to behave in a certain manner to please the other, as you cannot be yourself around them. You constantly feel like you are walking on eggshells to avoid being attacked in some way. You try constantly to make the other person feel happy because they have made you feel over time that it is your responsibility to make them happy, or they will leave you. And the final one I want to mention here that occurs very often in toxic relationships is being blamed for everything that goes wrong and everything is your fault. Now, how often do you feel that way? So we need to determine whether we are in a toxic relationship or our relationships are creating a toxicity by looking at behaviors that are being displayed more frequently than others. Both parties may be creating the toxic environment or just one. Some people are just toxic and can spread toxicity throughout all of their relationships. They may not even be aware that it is who they are, but sometimes people are calculating and deliberate. So, as you know, I talk about mental health issues, I talk about sobriety and spiritual well-being, and it is important for me to look at all of my topics from that point of view. Did you know that the long-term toxic relationship affect the immune system to those receiving the toxicity? The constant negativity weaken our body's response to fight back. Toxic relationships do damage to the body and to the mind and definitely weakens your spiritual outlook. It weakens the brain, immune system, and increases weight problems. The link between toxic relationships, stress, and health is a real one. There are many studies done on this and have found that those who were in negative relationships were at greater risk of developing heart problems, including dying from heart attacks and strokes, than those who are in close relationships that are not negative. So what do we do? Balance is key. We need to look at what is serving us well mentally, physically, and spiritually, and get rid of what isn't. I suggest you watch the episode Day 11 titled You Sometimes Have to Burn Some Bridges to Advance Forward, where I take an in-depth look at walking away for the sake of your spiritual well-being and mental health. Click on it at the end of this video, and I have also linked it in the description itself. Dr. Will Cole, a functional medicine expert who's named as one of the top 50 in his field, suggests the following for relationship detoxing. He has written 4 choices for us to ponder when we are faced with negative relationships, and they are as follows. Number 1, accept the relationship as it is and be at peace with it. This can actually reduce a lot of stress based in trying to change someone else. Number 2, change the relationship by creating boundaries for yourself, and remember that you can't change another person, but you can change how you react and what you will allow into your own life. Number 3, leave the relationship. Sometimes, sadly, this is the best course. It is if the other person's behavior is intolerable to you And number 4, feel miserable. This is the choice that will continue the stress cycle. He writes, and I quote, "Since every relationship is different, these options will mean different things to each person, but I encourage you not to choose the feel miserable option anymore. You are hurting your health and anyone around you by harboring that negative energy. Once the choice is made, you need to then deal with yourself. Start consistent mindful practice to bring peace to your life and be present. This will allow you to focus on the things that you can actually change at this moment, instead of focusing on attempting to change the other. Communicate and share your perspective, if you can afford it, with a professional, and encourage your partner, your friend, your family member to join you for therapy as well, as they may not even be aware of their contributions to your mental ill health. My favorite thing to do is to set up boundaries. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Trust your intuition, especially when it comes to people around you. You can be kind to one, but at a distance. Keep the ones that offer you positivity close to you, though, as they will help you grow emotionally and spiritually. Be aware of those people who need your assistance and positive outlook, and help them where you can, but limit the encounters that may bring about any negative energy. The most important take here for us is to surround ourselves with people who challenge us to be the best version of ourselves. And if you don't have them right now, find them. Find those good friends and nurture those positive relationships. Your mental health, your physical health, and spiritual well-being and continued sobriety depends on it. Jimmy's Daily Grind is a presentation purely based on my experiences, inspiration I have found from others, learnings I have learned, and things I have been taught throughout various periods of my life. This show is not representative of any group, organization, religious or spiritual beliefs, or any sobriety programs for that matter. My goal is to open up a conversation about some things that may be difficult for us to talk about, and purely encourage us to be open-minded to the tools that may be or are freely available. Here I talk about recovery, spiritual growth, mental health issues, sobriety, relapses, and spiritual well-being, focusing mainly on the daily work, the grind that goes into finding peace of mind, contentment, freedom from addiction, life's hardship, daily spiritual and mental struggles. I hope that together we can find solutions, inspiration, and motivation on living healthy, present, sober, and clean while we travel together on this journey toward finding enlightenment, or at least some peace of mind. Thank you so much for your time, your support, and being with me on this journey to finding serenity. If you enjoy listening to me, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe and also let your friends, your family, and your tribe know that they can also join me on this journey. If you would like to get in touch, you can send me an email to dumisdailygrind@gmail.com. Until I see you next time, stay well and may your higher power shower you with blessings and keep you safe today. Let us be diligent with the work required to achieve our goals and hopefully experience serenity and peace of mind. The answers are always right in front of us and will be revealed if we truly seek them. Let us be present, conscious, and intentional in our lives and grow positively to achieve the happiness that we truly seek. Goodbye for now. I will see you next time. Lots of love.